Hello and welcome back to the next episode of our Let's Talk About series. Now today, this might be more of a rant than a Let's Talk About. We're going to talk about Spain. And Spain has been reworked a few times over the years. And let's have a look at what we're left with. Unique ability. Plus 10 gold and 4 faith from gaining tiles scaling with era. And I really don't understand why that isn't just everything it says here. Because the rest of it you can just take and put in the bin. It's trash. And you get the Inquisitors, which whoever uses an Inquisitor, unless you're really desperate, like, you know, you're just sort of trying to keep your religion just about in there, it's not really a thing. And it don't cost gold maintenance. So something that you don't want doesn't cost you anything. It's great. Right? And then gain an Inquisitor whenever a city is conquered. Okay, fine. I mean, you conquer a city, you get an Inquisitor, you pop him, and he removes about 1.5 of those foreign believers. It's just crap. Oh, I need to apologize. There is something at the end here. I totally forgot about it. May purchase naval units with faith. That is a thing. Could be a thing if you get enough faith. Honestly, this whole thing, it just makes me a little bit mad. If you use the version for a unique component, you get the Armada, which is actually a ship that is so painfully slow. I don't think it's much of an improvement, if at all, over just a normal Corvette. And then you got the Conquistador. That's another one that's been reworked. I don't know how many times. It used to be sort of a knight replacement. Now it's an explorer. And he's got, I don't know, a whole lot of things that you see up there. He's got combat strength that is just about equal to that of a Tercio, who comes later in the game. So you might actually get a few of those guys and just fight with them, and then when you're good and ready, you found a city. Now, I have to apologize in advance. I'm sort of a little bit pressed for time because I very cleverly mixed up the days I was flying. I'm not flying on Sunday, I'm flying tomorrow in about 20 hours from now. And this morning I already prepared 2 episodes of my DT Russia game, so we're not gonna get to see this guy today. It might be a thing, and we're also not gonna get to see the Hacienda. It's quite a neat improvement. It comes in reasonably late with machinery, and the building itself is just, or the tile improvement itself is just not very good. It's all about the bonuses it gives to adjacent tiles. No signs in there. It's sort of, the other stuff is quite nice. Now anyway, the next thing about Spain is I would not know how to play them. And I've had a couple of go this afternoon after I've been to the gym. And let's just have a look here. I just wrote any old starting location, and the thing is, when we found a city or when we gain a tile, we get like faith and gold. So we got 6 tiles here. In fact, I think it even gave us this one here. Are we on 28? Okay, even including the one we settled on. So we get 7 times 10 gold and 7 times 4 faith. And I sort of had an idea that you might take this unique ability and try to sort of multiply it by sort of choosing certain beliefs and policies. But after exploring a little bit and going shrine first, we come to the Pantheon. And sort of I had a look around, and it didn't matter so much. I wanted to try something, and that's something that you might sort of think might make a lot of sense. And there's this border expanse thing here. God of the Expanse. It's another plus 34% faster border growth. That's the same as a monument. So that sort of stacks up, right? And then additionally, you get 20 faith and 10 production every time the borders do expand. So I thought I was gonna go for that. And next, a little while later, you get to choose our first policy. And of course, I was gonna go tradition here. And you see, let me just take that first of all. And then the next policy here is culture cost of tiles reduced by 20% exponentially in all cities. So I thought I already got 3 things that should help me with my Pantheon and our unique ability. And I was sort of thinking of trying to make the most of it. So play a traditions game. This is not the perfect map, I know that. But sort of 3 to 4, 5 cities. Try to get some food going. Work your specialists, you know, the usual tradition stuff. So a little while later, we're just about to found our 3rd city. And this map has not been very kind to us. We've got Askia as our neighbor. We actually sort of befriended him because he decided to kill Pakal first. It's very nice of him. But the situation is, the Celts are in the lead, and they've got 18 ticks. Cal 17. And we're on 8. So after 66 turns, we're exactly 10 ticks behind the tech leader. And that is even though I'm not here. Even though in the tradition you get like a science in your capital for each policy you unlock. And sort of, we're gonna get a religion, so all the border growth thing sort of works a little bit. But is it enough to make Spain a tradition serf? That is really questionable. So then, carrying on just a little bit, on turn 83, we get to found our religion, and look at this. Ours is the last one. And turn 83 is not exactly late. But of course you got some monsters in the game. Ethiopia, because they get the stele in the beginning. Constantine, old Theodora here. She gets a religion anyhow. The Celts, they get the Pictish warriors, they get faith from killing things. And Siam somehow always managed to get one as well. So then we can found a religion here and just to anything. So the first thing that happens is there is not a lot left here. And the thing is what you want to do is on a way you want to go, and do you have enough in the locker to sort of keep this going, right? So the only thing that sort of makes sense is probably this one here. I mean, we are going to get grey people, but you can take that and then you can do all sorts of things here, but it's not amazing anymore. Mandirs are gone. Usually food is one of the biggest things in here. We also lacking all sorts. We could take churches for culture, mosques for science, and you could try to go scholarship. You don't get any faith from that, and then you really have to rely on your inquisitors to keep other religions out. So you could try that. But see, Spain haven't got anything else in the thing. Like Arabia's got sort of increased great person generation, and Austria has that as well with the coffee house. You got like what's his name? Egypt that can get wonders quicker. Poland, they can do sort of anything they like because they get extra policies, and sort of you can progress quite quickly with them. I don't think Spain has got that. And that unique explorer later doesn't really fit into this thing either, because if you're playing tradition, the last thing you want to do is settle an overseas city somewhere and have it conquered by somebody else. So this is, in my eyes, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I had one more. But here we are, turn 114. I sort of managed to settle 5 cities. But look at that. Songhai, they conquered the Mayans. And meanwhile, they're hostile. Wait, are those fuckers? Here we are, hostile. We settled Jenny here into Gaza. Complain about it when I settled Toledo here to grab the wonder. And they got Monte Carlos. So if it ever came to a fight here, they would sort of totally wipe us out. The only hope you might have is that the Celts might decide to do something. But their sort of power spike is quite early. They got the Pictish warrior, and after that you can just about forget about it. They need to get a really, really good start instead of get a Great Wall, which just sort of helps them. And then Askia's gonna attack us now, and it's just totally hopeless, I guess. Anyhow, so not getting anywhere with this. I decided to try something different. So not succeeding or having any decent ideas about how to play a good tradition game with Spain. I thought about what else you could do. I mean, you could always go progress, and if you got a little bit of space to yourself, you can spread out a bit. So each time you found a city, you get a lot of gold and faith, and eventually you might use that gold and faith output together with the rest of the really strong policies to sort of make it work. But then you still have to make up your mind about how you want to win the game. And again, Spain hasn't got anything in the locker for like artistry or for statecraft. There's other civs that have advantages there. You could compensate for that by having a lot of cities, a lot of production, a lot of money. And so that if you got 15 cities, you can maybe dedicate 5 of them to churning out like diplomatic units, or you can spread out your guilds a little bit, but other civs in the game will always do it better than you. So that leaves authority, and I re-rolled a little bit. I was thinking about how can I make this unique ability work, at least just a little bit, right? And similar to India get a film when you found the first city, you're gonna get it quite early. So I found this thing here, and then I thought, cool. I'm gonna found my city. I'm gonna go shrine first. Monument after. A little bit of luck with runes and things like that, and money. So we only gonna need 22 faith, like 11 turns after we build the shrine. And then we can sort of just say, okay, religion, Pantheon is going to be goddess of the hunt or something. We've got something here. We see ivory. We can do something. We can make a decision. Trapping. It's actually just like in my Russia game, and sort of, if you don't know what to do, you just sort of keep it simple, right? So get the first take in, then afterwards you get pottery to get your settlers out. In the meantime, you get an early Pantheon, and you don't have to worry about it because you can just get the goddess of the hunt and make your caps pretty good. They are really, really good. Here you get extra production and 1 gold anyhow from the camp. 1 gold and 1 hammer. And then you see down at the bottom, goddess of the hunt, you get an additional gold and a culture. And you get another hammer from the lodge. So you already get 2 pretty decent tiles, and Maybe you're gonna have a deer somewhere. So I thought, let's give this a go. It might be a good way to use the unique ability. So then, and here we are, same game, and what do you know? We've got a Shanghai as our neighbors again. And I thought, what, fuck you guys, this time I get you. Right? Because those ivory gives you access to war elephants, and you get them early. You get them with military strategy. You have to build the barracks first. Not just to pay for them, just to build them. Which is sort of fair, but even so, and this guy's got 16 combat strength. He is the best thing in the game. For quite a while, even the swordsman is not very strong against him. He's got this feared elephant thing, and the swordsman hasn't got a bonus against mounted units. In fact, the spearman might be sort of slightly below even. He's got formation 1, which is the one against mounted. And here's sort of the basic strategy: trapping pottery into mining for the well, and then straight into barracks. You get your guys out, taking authority. The opener first, and this one, neglecting the settler because I want to go here, get signs and get heals and killing things, and then settle 2 cities. I was just clearing camps up there. There's the next settler coming out, and decided sort of 3 cities is enough to make this thing with Spain work. Get an early Pantheon. Let's have a look here. Hover over the city, and you can see the 2 ivory tiles. They got like 10 yields, so you can't complain about that. I settled Barcelona here. Just we saw another 2 tiles, and then the other city. I think I was gonna settle on here. Get another 2 ivory and get the deer in range. Oh, there's another one here. And that is enough. That is absolutely enough. You get some gold, you get some production, so you can pay for the barracks first and then build the great elephants, war elephants after. And I think this cleared some camps as well. I think authority might be the way to go. And then that way later you can use that. You can use that in Conquistador Explorer. You can use him like a Tercio, right? He gets like the scouting promotion line, like Trailblazers and stuff like that. But they're also gonna have the combat strength and those extra promotions like Overrun and things like that. So they might be handy. And again, I'm really sorry to not have the time to show you. What I can show you is what can happen if you play this correctly. So here we are on turn 80. I just lost a war elephant. I lost in fact 2 or 3 of those. Somehow Asker got hold of some himself, but even so it didn't matter. I'm even bringing catapults here. And this is sort of an absolutely brutal way of doing things. From the military strategy, I went into masonry to get catapults, into currency to get composite bows, and the elephant still being and staying the strongest unit until the end of classical anyhow. Supported by the composite bow will be absolutely mighty. I lost 2 or 3 of those, but we also killed about, I don't know, 10 of his units. We got the city down to Nord. So here, turn 80, You can absolutely lick Askia. He actually improved this copy up there, so that'll be the end of his war elephants. That archer, we can just go over there. We stole the worker as well. We've got a great general. Get the writing now and currency after. It's just, even so, just because that works doesn't mean it's good. Siam is on 19 ticks and we are on 12. So we're 7 ticks behind. We get the writing imminently. Yeah, we're gonna keep killing things. We might just raise that unit to get some partisans here. Then you kill the partisans for culture and science. Get a new settler. Resettle that city here. But Ivory's done already. He's got deer, he's got bison. So free camp resources, horses, and another luxury. So that is perfect. So Askia is absolutely toast. And that's what you can do if you use the sort of strategy I just outlined. I mean, I don't know if you want to re-roll a million times to get war elephants. I guess you could do that with any civ, right? But it's sort of the thought process that maybe counts is how do you take advantage of this chance to get an early Pantheon, right? Because the rest of the unique ability, apart from maybe being able to purchase ships, it's just crap. So just like India, it's get the Pantheon straight off, and it can be too early because you don't even know the terrain. So in a way, this might be slightly better because you don't just get the faith, you also get the money, and you can explore a little bit, and then you get the early Pantheon, and you can say, okay, the terrain demands this or that. So here, this is working well, and later you have to bridge the gap until you get sort of the good stuff. I quite like that unique improvement here, but it's late, and it's pretty late. Quite often you're 7 to 10 ticks behind, and then you sort of crop education, and because you're so far behind it, the ticks become quite cheap. You try and build universities and armories, and maybe work the odd slot from the library or something, or get killed, so you can catch up to about 3-4 ticks usually. And then this thing comes in, but this one doesn't give you science. But the hammer is the gold and the culture is cool. You have to plan your things a little bit, like for example, it wouldn't make any sense to build a village here because has hacienda, and I'm going to Spain. I'm gonna learn this in Fuerteventura, right? But build one of those things here, and you're gonna give yields to those 4 tiles. Culture here. I think you get the hammers on those tiles. You get food here, which is maybe not the greatest thing. Nonetheless, you have to keep those things in mind. Again, you want to have one here because you got 3 sort of resources next to it. So plan your way a little bit around it, even your city placement, because obviously you're gonna see the resources first, and then think about where you want to place your cities. I don't know if there's a good example. Yeah, like here, I wouldn't place the city here, right? I'd place it here, and then you can have that thing here, and then you get lots of bonuses to all sides. And then you can still get a canal if you want to get out of here, there. Just little things like that you want to consider. And I'd be sort of interested to know how that Conquistador works. I haven't used them yet. I don't think. No, I haven't. So maybe I'm looking forward to doing that. So anyhow, I'm gonna have to do maybe one more of those Let's Talk About before I can sort of go on holidays having all the days covered. So thanks for watching this one. All the best. Until next time. Bye bye.